If the char thing
That is the wrong overlay.
me and my meat cleaver will tell them otherwise.
Much better. Correct scene, correct description. I think we're all set, and we're online, obviously. Hello and welcome back to the stream. Long time no see. I mean, I've had a bit of a larger break. Might not feel like it, but because I'm starting streaming from the onset of the week. However, last week I didn't stream, which was potentially a mistake. I thought, well, no, not really. I did want to enjoy the expansion. We're not playing the expansion. Obviously, the title should tell you what we're doing today. And let me just stop running around like a headless chicken. We are doing Legendary Journey again, which is just, mostly core area exploration, map exploration, precursor collection, trying to finish precursor collections, achievements, and occasionally we will be crafting a legendary weapon, which I hope might be a little more frequent. Now, last time I had plans to do hammer. That didn't happen, but it should happen on this stream. I should have enough materials. If not, we're just gonna quickly buy them off the trading post. But let's keep it as a finale of our stream. Let's keep that as a sort of a last hurrah. That a little bit of that last thing, just the finish of the stream. What we're doing first is, and yeah, sorry, I closed the mail. This just came in 3 minutes ago, as you can see. I don't know if I triggered it by walking into Divinity's Reach, but there you go. It is more than 10 years ago the launch of Guild Wars 2 opened a new window into the world of Tyria. 5 expansions, 5 seasons of living world releases, and countless updates later. We're still inspired by the dedication of the game's fans, such as myself. To celebrate the occasion, please enjoy boosted rewards during this event. If you missed the 10th anniversary, it's also never too late to tackle the Decade of the Dragons achievement for a celebratory armor set and rewards. I believe we're in the 12th year this time around. So I've had my 12th birthday. Perhaps could have left that for opening on stream as well. But never mind that. Your characters will also be receiving a small yearly gift as they reach their own birthday milestones. It's an honor to share this world with you. Thanks for playing, and there's too many more years of adventuring in Tyria. Hopefully. Okay, so why are we in Divinity's Reach though? So yeah, we get a booster. It's Karma Gain, Magic Find, World vs. World, and PvP reward track progress. No XP gains, which would be handy in the new maps. But we're still staying away from the new maps. I'm so sorry. We're yawning right off the top. Okay, so today we're exploring Fields of Ruin. Now you may notice that one of the ways to get into this map is from the north, from the Blaze Ridge Steppes. What I like to do every time on stream, it is I'm trying to get into the map the same way a new character, a new player would eventually, right? So there's two possible entrances, and perhaps some of you may not be aware of the other one if you're super new. But yeah, one of the obvious ways is from the north. There's only one entrance, and it is near the Twin Sisters or Roscoe's campsite waypoint through this pathway. However, there is an alternate route, and I think it's about as likely to get you there when you're a new player And that's, you know, discovering this weird ass portal in Divinity's Reach. Now, these are sort of sister cities, Divinity's Reach and Ebonhawk. Well, I guess we'll see where we pop up. But yeah, I wanted to show this alternate route of how to get there. And my webcam just gave out, as I can see. Piece of shit, this thing. This connection. But yeah, no, at my stream size I will not invest into a proper webcam, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's just the app that kind of crashed. Let me just restart it again. Let it focus. Hopefully it will focus properly.
Do you have any idea how much it costs to ship something by a sewer gate? Maybe Ebonhawk is willing to pay those prices, but I'm not. All I get from those flop-eared rats is attitude.
Hey, I'm not the one who lost at Polymock. Get over it.
And there you go. There's some explanation to why they don't, why they still have like Doliacs going in shipping. Apparently, Asura charge a fee for big cargo. Either way, there it is. Salutations. May I facilitate your understanding on some matter? Where does this gate go? This gate is permanently tuned to Ebonhawk, the Ebon 1 Vanguard Fortress in the Fields of Ruin. If you desire a different location, try Rika's Gate in the Upper City. Why does it only go to one place? Well, this gate was once tuned to both Lion's Arch and Ebonhawk. However, refocusing its dimensional point was inefficient, so we built a new gate in the Upper City with optimized tuning algorithm. Fascinating. Bye. By the way, every gate connects to a single location. I don't know of any that would switch. I mean, some switch, but I'm sorry. They definitely don't take you. They don't give you an option. You walk through and you get to a different point. All the gates are like that. I don't know why they made it like a point here. So either way, here we are in Fields of Ruin and in Ebonhawk. Now you may notice we've got a bit of it explored. I will try to touch on the points as we go through. But really, our task today is very easy. We have only one collection that is tied to this map. Which kind of, I don't know, maybe perhaps a little bit shows you how loved these Ascalonian maps are by the devs, that they didn't really bother putting in too many other legendary weapon collections. It's just Fields of Ruin. But, you know, for what it's worth, I might be unlucky, and the combination of my... Okay, is it gonna crash all the goddamn time though, this app? Is there like a problem? Sorry for that. It might be going without the webcam, but we'll see. Hopefully this will stay. So either way, we are in Ebonhawk. So there's the Hog Gate. Now there was concept art for this city, but well, I guess I'll get to the overlap with Guild Wars 1 map. You may notice that I haven't mentioned that yet, and more importantly, haven't thrown up my fancy graphics where I have both games side by side. So, what's the first thing we're doing here? So there is a Scrit Cave, which has a dedicated heart in there. That's to train with soldiers, skill Scrit, and help repair equipment. So, and I'm also playing on a rather defensive, rather supportive build. So hopefully we're not doing too bad but the fights might take
I
a
have
little longer.
returned
We'll
to
see.
fight at your side.
Luckily not against these squid. So yeah, the story of this is just like this city would have been founded by the Ebon Vanguard in their resistance against the Char, and through that there is some apprehensiveness about you know, among the people about potential alliance between the Char and the humans of the area, Escalonians. It's kind of rare, you know. If you started Prophecies, Guild Wars 1, you would have been an Escalonian. However, right here, most people are Crichton. When you start your campaign, you are pretty much a Crichton. So it is kind of odd to suddenly be among Escalonians because they're sort of from a bygone era to an extent. Valorant, we're skipping dialogues. What am I supposed to do with the... Oh, that's for an event. I see. Didn't realize. Okay. Sure thing, we'll bring me helmets then. And yeah, there was just no way to actually visit the city in Guild Wars 1, although it ostensibly existed. So that's kind of the gist of this. I'm sorry, the yawning won't stop today, will it? Damn. Could let's cover my mouth. Okay, forget it then. So we're gonna bring in the helmets. So yeah, nothing to pick. Well, for the most part, there will be hopefully some interesting. And that was a veteran. I don't know whether that one still pops for daily. I know it did on my alt account at the very least. So yeah, there are some references, and we will try to point them out as we encounter them. For now, let's just assume this is completely divorced from Guild Wars 1, and well, except I just talked at length about Ebon Vanguard. We're skipping dialogue. Not really interested in, or are we? Do we do that typically on our legendary journey? But this one was just like looking for someone to spar with her. So fucking sorry. I wish I could stop it somehow. Maybe you should have made a coffee. I do feel like coffee doesn't have too much of an effect on me. There we go. Obviously we're cheating quite a bit here. Normally you wouldn't be able to get this vista this easily. As you can see, there's a whole jumping puzzle involved. You have to think ahead. The idea is sort of you look up here and see that you need to get quite high, and you're quite unsure how initially, so you have to just scan the terrain. There's Joanna who says, "Hey, a shark came through this gap and headed to the farm. Then it went all wavy and disappeared like a ghost. Nobody believes me, but I saw it. It may have been a ghost. Strange, did you hear anything? Did the char say anything? No, it just ran by. You can hear the footsteps even. I only felt the breeze. And gone. No idea, kid. I'll keep an eye out I'd keep an eye out if I were you. Hard to tell where this leads and what this is in reference to, but I'm pretty sure." Sorry, Wiki might give us the answer. No? Let me just quickly check because I'm suddenly curious. Claims that a char passed by. Okay, so that's nothing. And no, actually no answers on the wiki, which is kind of surprising to me. Not to worry. So we talked Guild Wars 1 references. There's one. So there's Defender's Field, which lists potentially, I don't know, like heroes of the past. But you've got names like Orwin Radcliffe, Quake and Frostraven, Kristen. I will not remember a lot of these names, even if I ultimately know them. I won't be able to recall them, but there is one that you basically have to pick up. So there's a Techary. Might be interesting to you, because you know, obviously, what's the opposite of ancestor? What's the word for the people who come from the ancestors? So yeah, not even really in the mood to look up the years to see whether we are in Guild Wars 1 era or not. Professor Yackington. Okay, so I know this guy and this guy, Nicholas Sandford, Home at Last, and Professor Yackington. Those were traveling collectors in Guild Wars 1. He was a human male and a Doliac that traveled all across the world, and they were basically every day they were in a different spot, and I think they had like fully 300 or maybe even 365 goddamn spots they could be. So Professor Yackington being obviously the Doliac. Then there's a gravestone with Thest, who for some reason has. I'm guessing this is gonna be like a player, right? Let me just quickly check. Thest. And yeah, there are actually people on the wiki itself that commemorated this person. The last one was actually in July 2018, and they are a Wikipedist who died of heart failure, which is so that's in real life, a reference of an in real life person, and I assume they played they played a ranger. Those would be their favorite pets. I don't know. They're juvenile. I guess you can tame them when you're a ranger, right here, which is kind of macabre. They're waiting here for their owner, and you just lure them away. And that's pretty much it for the graves, but except for this one, when there's a memorial plaque which is dedicated to all those who bravely fought and fell, we honor your deaths, for you kept the heart of Ascalon alive. So that's one. And then there's the other, which is to Captain Langmar, who led us into this battle, and Captain Gwen Thackeray, who led us to this home. We shall never forget you. Leave. And then you can commune with this one. And it is a simple memorial, marks the final resting place of Ascalonian hero and Ebon Vanguard Commander Gwen Thackeray, loving wife of Lieutenant Kieran Thackeray, after she takes her name. Her name is Gwen. Her maiden name is Gwen, I don't know. I can't remember. And ancestor to Captain Logan Thackeray. For some reason they mentioned Logan, who's a very current person. But yeah, Gwen and Kieran both were actually Guild Wars 1 heroes, companions that you could take on your adventures. Gwen being introduced at the very, very start as a little girl, and then she went through like a character arc. eventually became a hero, and Kieran was from a sort of an expansion story added later, and they apparently fell in love during the war in Krita. Actually, there was a whole ass wedding in Guild Wars 1, which so far we've been cheated from Guild Wars 2 wedding. One was supposedly also planned. I almost forgot about it until it was reminded to me in the newest expansion. Of course, that being Marjorie and Casimir were supposed to. Wed. So there you go. We're already doing another renowned heart, which is to tear down separatist propaganda, talk down sympathizers, and knock on doors to find potential separatist hideouts. So these are the people, the citizens of Ebonhawk, who missed or distrust the Char and are influencing others in Ebonhawk to not accept this peace treaty that is being brokered as we are sort of about. Okay, this guy's cool. Taking care of his city. So yeah, as you can see, we can knock on doors, tear down this propaganda, which I always thought is kind of mimicking like anti-Jewish propaganda, but it just might be, I don't know, me seeing that aesthetic somewhere where it is not. Let's see what the merchant has. Nothing of note. I do want to talk to a separatist, if I can, and try to talk them down, because the dialogues are kind of interesting. Sometimes there's also plenty of lore books, which I don't quite remember. Unfortunately, before the sort of lore book, format that they have today, we're not gonna read it. There's too much of it. And there is one separatist sympathizer. Someone's already talking to them though. So let's try to find someone else. I don't know whether we could have talked to them as well. To pacify them ourselves. Yeah. They turned into a regular citizen. There's one sympathizer. Hello, good sir. We don't need no stinking treaty. I heard this guy saying we could.
Suffered through our war. The separatists are right. No treaty. Not now.
I heard this guy saying we could so easily wipe out the Char. So easily, you hear me? I don't know why we ever stopped the war. Strange, this guy. Did he have a plan to take on the Char? He said it was so easy. I could go up to the Char delegation and slit their throats. Does it sound sane to you? This guy was setting you up to be an assassin who would have restarted the war. Coromir's eyes. How could I have been so blind? He kept giving me drinks, kept saying how I'd be a patriot and a hero. Dear gods, I almost went out there. It's okay. You didn't go through with it. That's what's important. And you can, engage with the heart in a slightly different way here. Too bad. It's the dialogues are kind of dumb, and I think one of the flaws is that, of course, fanatics are not as easily convinced as in a single dialogue. But this is a video game. It's not meant to simulate real life, obviously. So let's forget that. Let's try to find one more guy. Because, you know, there's a variety of dialogues. You don't always go through the same one. And I want to show off more if possible. We'll see whether someone pops up within like a minute. I'll give it one run there, run back forth. Did I see a dialogue bubble? That was from some normal citizen. Okay. No terrorists here. Oh yeah, and by the way, we've already had this discovered, so we couldn't see that it's called the Kestrel Market, which now this name must be familiar to Guild Wars 2 players as well. It used to be that Kestrels were a Guild Wars 1 thing. You wouldn't necessarily know anything about them, but
I agree with the separatists. No treaty, never.
the Queen's going to do it. She's going to sign that treaty. He'll let the Char off easy for all the blood they've spilled. It's disgusting. Think of it this way. They've wasted so many lives trying to take Ebonhawk. Both sides lost so much, and soon it'll be over. You weren't here. You never suffered through the constant sieges. I lost both my uncles, my mother, and 3 close friends. That treaty won't bring them back. Treaties never do anything for the past, just the future. You'll have one out there. I'm sorry for your loss, but no East will have to suffer losses like yours again here. I know it's just hard to let them go. After all this time, I thought victory would make it better. I guess I need time. So again, one wishes it would have been this easier in real life to convince.
Queen Jenna never
Okay, and we've actually read this dialogue, so that's...
No treat.
I'll try one more if someone pops up again within a reasonable time. You may have noticed the suspicious rats that are running around. That's for a guild mission. You have to keep aggravating them basically in order to lure out the rat man. What's it called? A Pied Piper. I would say the ogre Pied Piper. But let's see. I guess we're gonna do it in a different way. This heart. Okay, one more loop. Might be that there are other people running around snatching them away from us, because you've seen that model. They genuinely walk through the door and disappear, so that is definitely not client side. It's interesting. What's this fucking citizen's deal? He's just sleeping. I can't even wake him up, even though he had the talk prompt. Did I see that incorrectly? Okay, I knew I said one run around, but let's give it one more try.
Listen to me. My uncles died in the
There's
sieges.
one.
Queen Jenna can choke on that treaty.
Choke on dick. This is also something we read already. So yeah, you don't have to read it. I think it's interesting, but as you could have noticed, I'm not really doing.
Yes.
Again, the same dialogue, which is unfortunate, but you can imagine the rest of the exploration part. Okay, to our left is actually a done renowned heart. I don't know how we did it, but it's done, whatever. Now the Hawk Rest, is it? No, Hawk Heart. has this statue, and underneath it, a memorial plaque.
Leave after the treaty.
Fear not the cost in blood or gold, mourn not the lost, for they'll never grow old. There's more to where that came from. If they shall fall, they shall live on. Forever you cry for Escalon. Kinda rhymed. Come to the force, O sons of Escalon. We fight once more. The battle lines are drawn. For the men who lived to guard us all, they stood defiant atop the wall. So yeah, interesting little tidbits like this, obviously referencing pre-treaty warring. Alright, let's get a move on, hop on to our raptor, and get out of the village or the town. I've already seen the hall gates. Wasn't there 4 points of interest? Oh yeah, and one is outside of the city. So this is a potential event that we will have to do, but so far I'm just gonna ignore it. Mostly because it won't start unless someone starts it. And if they do, we're just gonna have to wait for another rotation. Wow, that was noobish. Alright, let's try the sky skill then. Again, for cheating purposes. Normally you would get here through... actually, let me try to reverse engineer it. But yeah, enjoy the cutscene. These are the gates. And we had as the POI, and there's a couple of very, very early concept arts. I wouldn't even I'm getting lost a little bit. What were we doing? I got really sleepy for a second there. Never mind. There's nothing around town. Actually, it is this heart, which is clear out predators and separatists near Tyler's bivouac, which is, you know, something else from this heart, I guess. So we can ding the waypoint, and let's forget the canyon. I'm kind of curious what's down there, but
this is our fight.
So this didn't count as a predator. Okay, Hawkeye Griffin. Well, definitely. Oh, I was out of range because I have swords. For some reason I thought I have axes. Never mind that.
Lieutenant, take the field.
So no fireflies. Fireflies are not considered predators.
I have returned. On the double.
Yeah, okay. Separate branded humans also count, even though they're not mentioned. But more importantly, separatists definitely count. So there you go. Let's just do the Griffin yet,
On the double.
and that's it. Okay, let's continue more or less northbound with a little stop towards this edge. There is a permanent rich node if you were interested. It is an iron vein, so you can get plenty of iron by parking an alt, potentially. Oh yeah, speaking of mining, I will have to show you something later, I guess. They did add an option to get additional glyphs if you were like me and pre-purchased the game before its release. I mean, the latest expansion. There is something special for you. I will try to remember to teach you, to explain it to you. But yeah, I would have completely missed it were it not for wikis. Well, for wiki. Unreleased notes, is that what it's called, or something like that? So this one is extremely easy to miss, and it will drive you up the walls where the hero point is. It has happened to me a couple of times, but it is here, the pile of stones, which says amount of stones lies undisturbed in this quiet grotto. Plants grow from the crevice and bugs go about their business on the rocks. So you can examine that. Someone placed these stones with great care and respect. Appears. There's a typo. Never corrected in all 12 years of this game's existence. Appears to be a cairn intended to memorialize a long dead adventurer. If you were curious what this is referring to, it is referring to a character in Ghosts of Ascalon. In fact, I do believe the Traveling Priestess it does have additional information that is for Killeen, who is Selvari. Either way, this is an interesting point of interest, though. It's not officially, the Guild Wars 2 term of POI, but, with its challenge mode, definitely a point of interest nonetheless. But yeah, it is notable for being tenuously one of the only links to Guild Wars 1 map, and I'll show you what I mean. Let me just switch to monitor view here. This doesn't change anything so far, but let me also just finish the heart before we move on. So we get finally some combo skills. It took us long enough. We'll still need plenty of veterans, though, and potentially something else. I mean, a heart. I will do a heart as well, probably. So, it was Vista, wasn't it? So yeah, this is not safety. Let me get into the outpost before I show you this. So you're familiar with Dutch Ammon's Historical Guide to Tyria. It's an indispensable tool that I use for this video series or stream series. I should rather call it, I suppose. But here is, well, not here, a little way off, but Fields of Ruin. And as you can see, so the ghostly sort of, the semi-transparent maps or locations are all Guild Wars 1 maps. So you've got the map that's called the Bridge, you've got a map that's called the Ruins of Sormia, Eastern Frontier, and one of the more important ones are Regent Valley, which is both in pre-Ascalon form and pre-searing form and post-searing form, and they're pretty much the same maps except for the Secret Garden being available only in pre-searing Ascalon, and in fact is the place where you can meet Professor Yackington and Nicholas Sanford, who are right here. But as you can see, These are the Guild Wars 1 maps, and they end right at the edge of Fields of Ruin. So Fields of Ruin had a completely free hand in what they throw onto the map. And I wanted to mention this secluded glen because it is potentially one of the only referenced locations, perhaps referencing the apple orchard, by being green and untouched by the brand. But I think it more keys into the novel Ghosts of Ascalon. It doesn't really appear to be any kind of reference to Guild Wars 1, so let's not worry about it at all then, and move on. And as you were able to see, there's nothing to discuss in terms of Guild Wars 1 connections. So there you go. We're supposedly to consult Sentinel Grizzletooth, but we're tasked with destroying branded creatures, nests, and crystal clusters. So let's just kill. I mean, we can try to talk to the Grizzle guy. Oh, it's actually Gristle. Sorry for that misnomer. So there you go. I'm just gonna cross the water here and actually talk to the guy who's got this fancy looking armor, by the way. Burn my eyebrows. It seems like there's more branded creatures out here every day. I'll take more than we can do alone to stem this tide. I'll help. What can I do? Kill any branded creature you see. Also, branded crystal clusters have been stirring up activity in the lake, so crush any crystals you find. Wait, so what's so dangerous about crystals? And blah blah blah. They're gonna explain the basics of being or fighting the elder dragons and their corruption. We don't necessarily need that lecture. Let's just keep doing the heart, which does take us underwater, increasingly more rare sight.
I demand that you release me.
Yeah, you can demand whatever you fucking want. I don't give a shit. Also, what is our equipment underwater? What are we using? Is this the trident? That is the trident. I do want to keep using the trident to rack up kills, because believe it or not, the new spear on land actually counts as a harpoon kill. So that's why I even have it in my watch list, because you can actually progress this. No longer need to do it underwater. You can actually do it just by wielding the spear on land, which I'm sure a lot of you will want to try on their profession. So there you go. This camp being in a constant state of struggle, I see. Fuck. Oh my. Okay. But here's our unjust desserts, where we just straight up get a vista for free. By using the Springer. Let's continue around the edges of the map. What was that voice crack? Did you hear that? Did you quite catch that? Also, I did forget to switch my tools. There's a couple of irons right here, and actually gave me some XP boosting one of these weird new achievements, not achievements. We're not gonna waste a lot of time by gathering materials, but the new maps actually do require them, and they do require them raw, which is interesting as all hell. I typically, for most materials, I will refine them to conserve inventory space. It seems like that's going to be increasingly difficult if we want to do the player housing, which I might gush about on the stream for a bit if someone shows up. If not, we're just gonna keep it legendary journey, I guess. If there's gonna be no one to talk to about the new expansion, then you know it will be much better if we just keep it as a VOD kind of deal and make it part of the legendary journey, just for
Protected.
archival purposes. And yeah, we're killing these guys super fast. We're doing good. Here I was afraid that, damn it, missed. I was afraid we're too much of a supporting role. So this is the Thunder Den, some kind of slave mine or whatever, prison camp. The interesting part about it is this is not Flame Legion we're fighting right now. These are renegades. So just so you know, both sides of the conflict, or used to be conflict, is just genuinely, or both sides have their bad actors. On the side of the Char, it is the renegades, and on the side of the humans, it's the separatists. So we did some damage, and we can talk to Scout Steeltooth.
Not false gods.
By the way, we should probably recheck what we need to do in terms of, so that's Legionnaire Crunchbone. I do believe we haven't talked to that guy yet, but there's nothing we need here, not even for Treasure Hunter, nothing. So let's just move on to this little tiny lake. I do believe they spawn ley line events around here somewhere. Noxious fish, for those of you who are interested in the collections, for fishing as well. But yeah, slowly up north there is a renowned heart, I remember it correctly, and that has to do with the cattle, I don't know, that's being kidnapped by harpies. So as you can read it right there in the upper right corner, it is defend the village and cattle from the harpies, keep the restless bulls in line, and drive the harpies from the area. So you're supposed to defend them, or defeat them during defending, but also attacking them head on. For some reason, two different objectives, but we'll see. We can destroy these eggs. I'm sure that will give us progress. Indeed it does. No young harpy spawned.
What are you for?
So yeah, there's a down brown cow, not dead, mind you. We can attempting to take back the stolen cow has drawn the attention of its kidnappers. Time to fight. So this was a lure, obvious trap, but well, not so obvious for me right away. I kind of wanted to do the taming of the bulls too, though. Keep the restless bulls in line. So I'm guessing we're just gonna beat up a bull instead of
That feels better.
there's one irate bull. So yeah, it's all about just killing.
Never surrender.
Except I think I'm gonna switch my attention back to the harpies because at least I can get loot from them, and they're a little more efficient to farm, I guess, or kill, whatever you want to call it. We can cleave here, that's cool. Immediately got a lot of progress. Last but not least, these guys, these fucking fools. Okay, that wasn't the last.
Fury rising.
What am I doing? Sorry for that. Well, I'm genuinely like falling asleep. I don't know what's wrong with me today. We're outside of the renowned heart range as well. We need to go back quite a bit. Or no, we're not out of range. We made it. Again, I'm so sorry for being so sleepy. Perhaps should have put it off the streaming business. Oh, snap. Didn't get to read the
Cast down the oppressors.
description, but yeah, it's mostly just harpy ambush again, with no reference to Guild Wars 1 whatsoever. Fields of Ruin, just virginal map. It's like that. No. Oh no, it's not in this map, is it? There's like a very annoying renowned heart, but I do believe we may have done it on stream already at one point. Don't mind me with this thing. So, I'm just gonna quickly check. So we are supposed to support Commander Batista and collect feathers for Kailani, I don't know what was the name. Which theoretically I can do both, but practically they are not the one person I'm seeking, so. But there you go, we got one feather if we ever get the chance to go back there. So there are hide-end caves. I don't think there's gonna be anything in there because they seem pretty discovered, you know. But just to be safe, we can come here and you can actually get through. So there is indeed something, but for the most part, it's just you could have been told that coming into the mile from the proper angle, and we can always go back. Now this circle of imps with the brood mother executed is kind of grim and evocative. It's kind of cool. So yeah, we're just gonna scout through this cave, whether we're not missing anything, but it seems like that's not the case, so let's drive off then into the sunset, more or less. It's actually still day in game, but that might change quite quickly. Now, if this is not the map with the annoying
This
Crawl
changes
back to your hole and die.
nothing.
sure. I'm still in combat? Okay.
We must rise and return to the fight.
Return video. We. I completely pronounced all of it wrong. Never mind then. Quickly get up. You're gonna be needed to attack these separatists. Do your duty for the Char legions.
Fury rising.
A little bit of a lull as I... Hold on, why am I even waiting for the event? I'm stupid, there's no heart. We don't need to do the event. At least we've got attacked then. So sorry about that. I am way more out of it than I thought I am, I guess. Incredible stuff. I think I'm gonna just take a very quick hike. Not outside, just around the flat or the apartment, but just so you know. Yeah, one of the Char outposts. Then one would not even say that it's the day in game as well. Day and night cycle is such a fucking scam. So weird. And yeah, like I wanted to say before, and we'll see whether that's actually confirmed. I wanted to say whether this is not the map, or if this is not the map that does have the... This is apparently a group event. Let's see if that's true and we're gonna get humiliated, or whether we're gonna humiliate. And you know, for what it's worth, someone might actually join at a later stage. But so far, so good. We'll see.
Freedom must be earned, not given.
I guess group events in Porteria are a little differently balanced than
This is our fight.
then later on in the I don't know why he calls for it definitely weaker enemies. This makes no sense, but definitely helps us. Damn, what's... Can I... There we go. CC. Okay, these at least do some annoying CCs. Okay, it's apparently not over, even though he's dead. Good stuff. Quite literally, even. We got items. Hopefully of good quality. Okay, let's move on then. We did kind of overlook a POI over here, or rather... didn't really have the road around, and there's an event. I am guessing, well, might not be bugged actually. Seems that there are enemies coming actually. I'm not gonna be here though to... What the hell? When? What was that event? And how long did it take to finish? That I don't even. Oh, that was the one where you defended the outpost just north of us. So, guess someone picked up the torch. Unfortunately, there's no there's nothing to do other than just to explore. So I don't know why bother. But no renowned heart, nothing to unlock. That piece of map for me, and for our intents and purposes, and that is to do sort of the map exploration on. It has to be 2 characters now, basically. The funny thing is, it's probably not going to be Lou, our Revenant either, right away, so there you go. We're supposed to recover char, scrap metal, break ogre weapon racks, and kill ogres and their pets. So, once again, it's just a bunch of events. I'm sorry, a bunch of killing. And I guess some gathering of these metals, but we'll see how much progress that gives. It might be better than killing, it seems. Killing doesn't do a lot, at least not breaking the weapon racks. Which is kind of messed up, to be honest. If I were running a Condi build, I'd have a slightly harder time to destroy these. Definitely than to killing enemies, so. But yeah, this heart is going very slow. I do wonder, there is a concept called Ogre Wars. I don't know whether it happens here or not. I would assume so. One would assume so, right? Considering that this is where the ogres reside. Let's just jump towards... And I completely forgot about scouts as well. That they're useful.
Walls, the ogres have used the quiet to set up camp in vacated areas. We're trying to advance through Sapper's Delve in order to halt the ogres at Foulbear Crawl. It's been a bloody slog, and we'd be grateful for any help you could give us in pushing back the ogres.
Sure thing. We'll get right on that. However, here's the thing. Okay. So there's this mine where we're supposed to motivate workers and remove dangers from the worksite. It's pretty much all there is. So one such danger are those shifting rocks, which hide elementals, but we can also, if I remember correctly, kill cliff bats. Yep. And yeah, and then just yeah, for the most part, just pressing F on this one. Not a lot of engagement. Speaking of which, I really like the renowned hearts in the new expansion. I think those are fantastic. Good design, variety of things to do. They're in huge areas too. And yeah, I mean, some renowned hearts used to be designed a little better, but I like it. It ties very well into the themes of the expansion and so on and so forth. It's just good. So far, very positive impressions. I like the expansion. There are some gossiping miners. I don't know whether we can... You look like you've seen the world. Have you been to Lion's Arch? Yes, I have. I hear all the people there are cutthroats and crooks who would kill their own sister for a loaf of bread. I know of some jobs there, but I'm not sure if anything is worth that risk. Challenges are what make us strive. Put yourself into the task and surely you'll find success. You really think so? It wouldn't hurt to go take a look around with it. Maybe I'll head over on my next day off. Thanks. Good luck to you. So yeah, we didn't really alleviate any of the suspicions that there's crooks and criminals. Did we? Cutthroats? I mean, it's one thing to like put your back into it, but another one is not put your life at risk. But what do I know? Okay, well, we could have actually. Why didn't I equip a spear? Man, should we equip a spear? I mean, I'm kind of on my alacrity, raid build or strike mission build or whatever. This one is, oh my god, it's so gaudy. Ugh, fuck. Okay, should I write down my perma quick and alec open? No, I have not. I'm actually not a. I wouldn't say I'm a. Sorry, the words escape me. I'm not much of a Revenant player. I actually have it equipped for like a raiding, striking scenario, but I don't really do much of open world exploration outside of these streams. So I have missed that. Does it incorporate a spear though? Relic of Rivers. Is that a new relic though? I do believe if it would be a new one, I would definitely have it locked. But perhaps we should engage it with the spear. Let me just write down my setup so we can change it for the staff. So that's I'm guessing this is, what is this stat combination? Power, precision, ferocity, concentration. That's diviners, I believe. Am I correct? Diviner staff and sigil force slash severance. Before we switch it over to a spear.
I want that.
There you go. We'll put, well, I guess we're gonna put the upgrades right back in, right? So didn't really have to speculate about that. We will do a little bit more berserker here though for open world. Keep the skin, I guess, and let's try to learn some of these skills actually. IRL. Condi Vindicator with spear. Do they do a lot of dodging? with a spear? Okay. Well, I don't want to learn all new skills, especially with Vindicator. Again, not very familiar, especially not with that elite spec. So I don't think I'm gonna try it on stream, but I will have a look later, definitely, because. It might be useful for the sorry, it might be useful for the following streams, but for now we're gonna just roll with whatever we have here. So I take it you're a Revenant main, judging from the way you talk. Let me just quickly take a peek of these skills. So this is Abyssal Strike, hurl your weapon at your foe. So it is a ranged weapon, I see. The spear, 600 range, okay. If you are in close range, swing your weapon. Okay, so it is a it is a hybrid weapon. I do believe, yeah. It is Revenant and someone else who has it similar to this one. I do remember that from the preview. If you are in close range, swing your weapon at them instead. Striking a foe reduces the cooldown of Abyssal Raise once per skill use. Plenty of candies. And then there's Abyssal, so that's Abyssal Strike, that's the range, that's the 130 range, aka melee. And then hurl. I'm sorry, Abyssal File would be the same basically, just at range. Relic of Rivers gives Alak on dodge, so you play with a sigil of stamina to just perma-dodge and kill enemies with the spear dots. See, yeah, the perma-dodging, I don't know whether that sounds like a very fun experience, but I guess, at least for trying it and, quickly clearing stuff, I trust that it must be interesting. Right, yeah. I for some reason prefer Condi even for open world because the advantage of having a Condi is that you can just walk away from an enemy, engage another one, and let the Condi do the rest, right? Finish off the enemies basically. Abyssal Force. Hurl your spear towards your foes, inflicting area damage and conditions on targets struck. Striking at least one foe causes Abyssal Rays to receive a large recharge reduction. Okay. Striking at least one foe. I mean, hopefully it would. But okay. Oh, but Abyssal Rays. Okay, so that's... is... the fifth one. Okay, that's the fifth skill, which we don't even have unlocked yet. Abyssal Blitz, dash in a direction and slightly recharge Abyssal Rays while leaving portals in your wake that detonate when foes walk over them. Portals, can you use those portals for anything? Why is it portals? Drop mines behind you as you dodge. It just says mines here, not portals. But I guess they are like portals into the mists or whatever. And Abyssal Blot. Unleash gravitational mist forces on your targeted area that initially pulls foes towards the center. Abyssal Rays' cooldown is reduced for each target you attempt to pull. Okay, so it's all about the finale, which we don't have unlocked yet, so I'm curious about that. But here's the gate. Point of interest. Desert Gate, which ostensibly leads to the Crystal Desert. I mean, there's some terrain to cover between the desert and this. But till this day, they never opened this one. And we cannot actually walk through. Even though the desert has since the release of this and since they actually built this gate basically in game, it has been accessible. Unfortunately, no way to actually go through, even though this is a potential connection point. There's no other here that would kind of take us there, and they never did connect the maps, which is a bit of a shame, but they do say this gate is closed for the security of Ebonhawk. I can't let anyone pass without orders from Captain Samuelson or Queen Jenna herself. And we just can limply leave. The gate's closed for the security of Ebonhawk. Okay, they say that the same thing, but this one we can actually question. Why exactly? This gate serves as a barrier against the branded. They're still streaming south through the mountains towards their master Kralkatorrik, wherever it is now. What do you mean now? We've heard that the Elder Dragon moved since Destiny's Edge fought it in the Crystal Desert, but those reports came the long way around. No one's come north from there, or from Alona, in a long while. And, then the dragon actually moved a couple of times since. As you can see, it's been nested in Glyn's lair for a while. Then it moved... Glyn's lair, by the way, I still have the map up. I'll show you. Again, the overlay. So, Dragon's Lair, Glyn's lair, used to be a Guild Wars 1 location. Now, there's still, a story step that takes you there. And that's where Kralkatorrik was based for a while, or nested, I guess. Then moved south again before we even got into the desert, to this big blotch But when we reached it, or the Kodash Bazaar, or whatever is left of it in Guild Wars 2, is our fight against Kralkatorek, after which Kralkatorek leaves once again, just to leave a new brand over here and finally land here. But again, that's not where we fight him for the last time. We don't even visit this ever. No, we chase him through the mists, and finally the resting place of Kralkatorek is this mess. So that's just a bit of the lore there. I'm gonna switch back to in-game footage in a second there. We're back. I'll be on the map. And let's move on then. Move on from the mine. And as you can see, we looped all the way back around to where we started today. So let me just go back to the heart that we did just a second ago. And help out with the renowned heart, which is way more south than we are currently going. So once again, we're supposed to just fight stuff for the most part, and if there's nothing to fight at the moment, just collect things. I don't know why we learned Abyssal Rays by jumping off our mount, but I'll take it. Weird interaction. Weird is still that the skill was locked in the first place, but I guess that's a remnant of a older system. Where's the heart vendor? It's south of us, where we're supposed to take the scrap metal. Kind of a unfortunate heart, I see. Not very engaging. So yeah, anyway, Gratat, if you're still around, are you a veteran? Have you been playing all the 12 years since the start of Guild Wars 2? Or did you come about after? Guild Wars 2 had all 9 professions. Let's try to hand in some of the scrap, see how much progress that gives. Okay, it's okay-ish. Still no other enemies though. I don't know whether we can kill the Devourers, did it say? Kill ogres and their pets, so Devourers are not specifically mentioned, but... still a little more. Let's try to find a weapon rack, I guess. Would we have one along the way? I don't want to go back with another piece of scrap. What is it? What is it here? That's iron ore. Okay, I might as well mine it. Now that we walked right up to it. Okay, I guess let's take a piece of metal then. There's one directly above the heart vendor anyway. Here you go. That completes it. Good stuff. Then there's the hero challenge. didn't even get to talk to them. So let me see how these work.
Glory rising.
Isn't there like a dash? Okay, we are immobed, so the dash didn't work. Interesting. Whoa, this is flashy as fuck. That was cute. And then Abyssal Race, which does have an ammo mechanic too. So it feels like it's very spammable itself as well. I don't know. And what does it do again? Attack foes in the target area, inflicting them with conditions. So more conditions. Plenty of torment, like insane amount of torment, isn't it? Gain stacks of crushing abyss for each target struck, up to the maximum. And crushing abyss causes abyssal rays to have increased effect for each attack. Unleashes an abyssal rays when swapping weapons at maximum stacks. Okay, so it re-unleashes this. I might need someone to decode this for me, please. Anyone? Any Revenant aficionados, perhaps, in chat? No? Am I understanding this correctly? That this is just... Okay, yeah, I understand why this feels spammable. Also kind of concerned they're gonna rein it in eventually. Let's just try to fight all the while. Goddamn immobes. This is just supposed to be like our main attack, and then we just keep refreshing it by doing 2s and 4s. Is that it? I mean, it's a little... Well... It's not good to test in open world, I guess. Also, the animation is crazy. The aura... Man. I mean, open world, at least Corteria, right? Everything dies so quickly. We barely get the chance to try it out. But yeah, it feels spammy. Yep, it feels plenty spammy. Sure, it combines... I'm pretty confident it combines very well with Malik's, right? Yeah, even the weapon racks, which, you know... Power and all, just goes down so quick. So fucking quick. I guess not a lot of boon access here, so I guess the Vindicator would help with that, right? If you've got the relic as Gratat mentioned. Wow, that was well, I mean the hybrid ranged slash melee interaction I see can sometimes bug out. I would have been concerned about that if I were a designer, I think. Because I don't know what governs switching to melee, like internally. If you've got like an enemy that's right up your face, or right up against your face, whether you just do like a little melee swing and therefore miss your target, who's far, whether it is governed by who you're targeting. I would definitely be interested in understanding that. Who are we supposed to help again? Legionnaire Crunchbone. After assisting the Char delegation, but they mentioned delegation, so I'm guessing that's going to be around the spot where the diplomacy is happening, right? Would make sense. So that's Foulbear Kraal. point of interest, just an ogre outpost, and there's a vista for your pleasure. Pleasured viewing. That's that. Let's continue west, I guess. There's some fighting going on. Blood Gorge Watch Camp, a char encampment. However, no Renowned Heart, no reason for us to slow down here. Damn, I thought that's a wall for some reason. I don't know why I thought they would hide a waypoint behind a wall in Corteria, but there's that. There's an event going on, an event which we're gonna ignore completely. Let's continue on further west, back to Ebonhog's entrance, sort of kind of where we are supposed to be helping the Ebon Vanguard fight the renegades. So it is almost like they were still at war with the Char. But also we're supposed to fight the separatists, so it evens out. And then we need to destroy their equipment and disarm unexploded shells and mines. So basically, like, what we're trying to do is try to play a bit of a peacekeeper. Am I crazy in thinking? See, I just like swung the spear without having a target near me. That was weird. Wow, it gives a boss-like animation. I mean boss-like, I mean enemy-like to paint the ground there. It's interesting. Whoa. Oh, does it trigger around us automatically then? We're kind of a dangerous walking bomb ourselves. Curious. Yeah, again, unfortunately we don't get to sort of flash it around too much because we're in the open world and everything dies so quickly. I mean Corteria, open world. Again, I did that mistake once more. This is not a stun break, is it? It is a stun break. Why am I not using it as a stun break? Man, those animations are crazy. I can't get over it. So evil looking and shit.
You thought that when Queen Jenna offered the Claw of Khan-Ur to the Char leaders, that they would be willing to talk about peace. Progress is being made at the summit, but there are still problems. Both the delegation of the legions and the forces of Divinity's Reach and Ebonhawk could use some support.
So I don't quite remember the story of the Claw of Khan-Ur and how it got into the possession of the humans. I know Char have it. I know also that there was a legend connected to the Claw of the Khan-Ur, which was all about it when it is found. Oh my god, a giant branded devourer. I do remember this event. Unfortunately, it doesn't tie into any heart, so let's just forego that. Yeah, there used to be a legend, and we can, I guess, also help out with this escort. It might be important for one of
We
the
should be careful from here on out.
merchants we need still. But okay, they've apparently got people there helping out, so I'm just gonna move on to get a move on with the exploration to explore the map a little faster. Anyway, the legend said that when the claw is recovered, that the Char would get a new Khan Ur, which never happened, really, even though they have it. And you know, when I learned of the legend, I thought that would be a story step in Guild Wars 2. But haven't realized that the Char do have the claw, in fact. So yeah, it's weird. But I guess it should have been obvious from the very start, because this would have happened right about as Guild Wars 2 started, and would have been like a pre Guild Wars 2 event, the handing of the claw, I guess. So we are looking for one
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Legionnaire Crunchbone. So plenty of Char delegations here, not many of human delegations, I guess.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
They're in mixed company, I guess. So this is Frazar Blade. There's Lone Shot. There's some generic Iron Legion representative. Steel Crusher. Marlot. And that's pretty much it. Let's see. Outer Circle, maybe? That we could get a Char in here. So there's a heart. Oh, Legionnaire Crunchbone. So this one is not one of those like event guys. This one is a heart vendor. Okay, that makes things a little more transparent, I guess. Let's go into the cave, help out with the event, because that should help out with the heart as well. And grab a couple of these. We don't need a lot. I mean, it might be finished before I get to hand my portion in. Nope.
But we're almost out of time.
Okay, but it did help. It did help. But for the rest of it, I guess we're gonna do the normal heart. We don't need a super participation. It's fine that we get some reward at least. Shame there's not the Wasp event here. I don't give a fuck about your events, guys. I'm doing the wrong order of the skills, am I not?
Ascalonians have a long memory. This isn't over.
That feels better.
I should be used to spamming the 5. Such a weird feeling, considering 5s, skill 5s typically have the longest cooldowns, right? It's just a little weird to be doing this. In this order. Anyway. I never read the description either. Keep the camp safe, discover spies, and remove the wasps. So we are supposed to be discovering spies as well. I guess that's what we're opening the barrels for. But there's also a lot of the guys poisoned. I don't know whether that ties into... That must tie into the event that we did, right? Are we gonna distribute the medicine as well, or what the heck? How does that continue? Who knows?
feel much better now.
Okay, and oof, it will actually seem like, hold on, we've got one Vista missing, one POI missing, and one heart missing. So it would seem like the thing we came for, for the collection, is the last objective we're gonna do in this map, which is kind of accidentally cool, poetic or whatever. But yeah, let's just discover the Vista first. Once again, keep spamming 5 if they want me to. Again, I don't even get to deplete it. So there it is. The Char delegation, couple of their tanks. It is weird, like, I don't know if I trust the peace intentions of the Char that would roll in with such beastly machines, right? But whatever. Since the Char delegation is killed, separatists rally the disgruntled soldiers, train with the troops, and repair the Char mines and mortars protecting the camp. This is kind of an unfortunate design. You can just run around these mines and press F on them, and it gives you a shit ton of progress right off the bat. I don't think that's a very healthy design. Doesn't really do much for the variety that you can get in this heart, but whatever. See, like, picking the Char of the ground is much longer than just doing this. Spam, spam, spam. Spam, immediate progress. Incredible. I can see how this is an enjoyable weapon. I must say, look, I played Spear so far only on Ellie, right? Because Ellie is my main. And you don't even, like, here's the thing, like, you don't even spend a second, like, channeling this. You just press it and it's done. Here's the thing, right? I've only so far done, I guess there's energy still involved in this. I'm so unused to Revenant that it's not only about cooldowns, right? But yeah, hard done. So I've only played on Ellie so far, and I feel like Ellie definitely doesn't work that well. At least not on Weaver. I don't think I can make it work with Weaver. I think it might be quite good on Tempest. I think it might be good on perhaps Catalyst, even though Catalyst is also sold as this sort of bruisery kind of guy who goes into action. Spear being a fully ranged weapon for the Ellie, and having those like sort of etchings does make it a bit more passive in terms of, or a bit more hands off, a bit more standing back, right? Being a backliner. That's what I wanted to convey. Because, look, if you do the etching in the middle of the enemies and they just pressure you and you suddenly have to dodge out of the etching, you lose a lot of the value of using the spear. Likewise, when you're a Weaver who's, used to switching attunements quite quickly, a lot of the times you just lose the etching because you switch away from like the secondary attunement, right? So yeah, it's sort of not very Weaver compatible and not my playstyle compatible. That's kind of the problem, because I'm used to getting into the action. I'm used to being right in the middle of the fray, sort of control enemies and pull them to over aggro, if you will. And with the spear, that's not a good idea at all. The Jar have always stood strong as their opponents. With your assistance, these soldiers will be better prepared. In thanks, we'd be willing to offer you some items for trade. Show me what you've got. And right here, we need to buy the Iron Legion schematics. That is important for the rifle for the Predator. And that's that. That's all we need from this map. That's all we need on our legendary journey. As you can see, there's only one objective left. That is the packed sniper rifle, which we need to pick up at Verdant Brink. So that should be our next map, fully on. We'll see. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Yeah, whatever. I didn't freeze. My webcam didn't freeze. My stream didn't freeze. So, as promised, we will. Well, we need to actually finish the map as well, right? So that's the delegation of the legions. They spam us with some fucking dumbass. And there's a key. There's a key. We got a key out of that. Wow, the inventory is filling up. But it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so as I promised, we will craft a legendary as well on this stream. That would be the legendary hammer, which I believe we can wield on Revenant as well. Not that we will probably equip it on Revenant right now, but there you go. Let me just take a quick break. I do need to go to the toilet. I do need to refill some of my water. But we will have the finale of this stream be a legendary weapon crafted. Okay, so sit tight. Let me enjoy some in-game drinks, and I'll be right back.
Legionnaire, a word. I want to thank you for lending me some of your men on this mission.
You have real warriors under your command now. It's a rare thing for a mouse like you. Oh, thanks.
No offense taken.
Want to start something?
Just watch this mouse roar. All right, listen up. I know you're ready for a fight, and you're gonna get one. Most separatists are properly trained, and they hate you. We're stronger, we're smarter, and we're gonna break their resistance like an armored fist. Now let's move out.
Run, weakling!
Okay, I give.
Okay, I give. Enough.
Impossible.
Give me a report.
get enough.
Like you.
Impossible.
Alright, and we're back then. And let's cook up the Sharur then, shall we? I'm quite excited for this one. What was that? Twang there. So yeah, I'm quite excited for this one because apparently, and I don't know whether that's. Let me just check. Let's just enjoy the music for now and my daunting char. I haven't even heard the full song yet. Right there. I don't know how we how I checked it last time. There's like stats, map, currencies, dungeons. What is this? Pointless statistics, gem store, fishing, account, activities. Is there achievements? Account? No, those are my personal statistics. Those are not like leaderships. There was a filter for it somewhere on Guild Wars 2 efficiency. I guess I'm gonna share the screen with you, just so you're in the loop. Type legend weapons. Okay, so that's just a filter that has nothing to do with account statistics, unlock statistics, achievements. Okay, now cats, dies, mounts, finishers, jade bots, male novelties, outfits. Okay, nothing. Category any. I guess we're looking for achievements. But would it be somewhere? I mean, I don't unlock statistics. It was somewhere around here. I know it was. No. Group any, search, and then you can filter by unlocked by player base. So they introduced these bullshits which can never be fully unlocked. Let's skip those. And then you, I do believe it was somewhere out here. Daily code, daily, whatever. This thing is not unlocked by anyone, at least not. Or it scrolls. Or it's just one of those repeating. I guess so. Okay, yeah, these are still repeating. Let's skip those. Fuck those. Damn, there's so many. Holy shit. When are we gonna get to something substantial, huh? Okay, let's just keep skipping. There you go. So, let's just look at our account statistics, shall we? Community Drift Master. Don't know what the fuck that is. Win a roller beta community tournament run by an arena partner. The heck? That must have been once. That happened literally once. Okay, it seems. I mean, not everybody can have efficiency, but there we go. Duo of Destiny, a lot of achievements for just killing ArenaNet partners. This one doesn't even have Okay, whatever. What we're looking for is something connected to our legendary weapons, right? And I don't know whether that exists, whether I haven't dreamed it. What is this? While under the effects of a fool's tall tonic, participate in the defeat of Nem. What the hell? How do I not know about this achievement? It's for 0. Oh, that's... Oh, right. That's from... I never did that. I must have done that, right? Why don't I have it unlocked? That's from Fools. That's just from Fools. Fools. The Fools... April Fools event, sorry. So, I don't know whether I'm not looking for something that doesn't exist. Because, like, what achievement would tie into owning Sharur? So yeah, a lot of just competitive achievements as well. Okay, so I might not be able to find it. But I swear it was somewhere around in here. Shall we like look into legendary journeys or something? I don't. Sorry, legendaries. Legendary collections, legendary weapons. Okay, so this shows, you know, collections for priests, but we've got this one, by the way. Only 0.481% of people were crazy enough to do this, but it wouldn't be in these collections, right? Because Sharur is not tied to a collection. I swear to God, there was a filter for like having legendary weapons. I'm just gonna look through some other stuff then. Let me see whether it might be in the weapons, legendaries, whatever. Wardrobe. Maybe it's in the wardrobe section. This may take a while. Legendary armory. It wouldn't be here because this is like grid based. I do remember it was like a list, and it clearly showed that Sharur is basically the least popular weapon. So if it would be anywhere, it would be in the wardrobe, right? But this one is also grid based. So okay, I'm not quite sure where I've seen it. It would definitely would have had to been in stats. Wardrobe value, maybe if we click this. Legendary items. There you go. I'm stupid. Well, am I? This is not the list view. Okay, yeah, so this group, I don't know. It must be okay. Players to this? No. Unlock. It's got to be an unlock, right? But what the fuck was the unlock? Cats, dies, emotes, finishers, gathering notes, gliders, jade bots, mail carriers, miniatures, mounts, novelties, outfits, recipes. I guess we could filter by recipes. I don't know. But then that doesn't... Okay, whatever. Regardless, we'll see whether we actually get one. I mean, what if we just type in Sharur, man? Nothing. Okay, never mind that then. I do believe there was a way to find this. But it eludes me. Let me just quickly let the light on in one of the rooms. I'm just gonna quickly turn it off and I'll be back. And let's get into crafting this, shall we? Okay, so most of the materials I've already got prepared ahead of time. However, not all of them. Let me just go into what we're missing. I am going to open Wiki, and I'm going to open it in a side window to see what is necessary for crafting this beast. So, going from the top, and I'm just gonna read them out loud to you. I'm not gonna show you the full list, but we will need some gifts of condensed magic and gifts of condensed might. Well, we already got that. So all the materials for mystic tribute for this thing. So that was 2 gifts, and you can see it on screen right now. 2 gifts of condensed might. Condensed magic, 77 mystic clovers, and 250 mystic coins. So that's what we pre-cooked already. Then we're gonna need gift of Ra. Now this one we will have to do some assembly. We've already got the gift of the mists, which combines various mists gained items. Then there's the mystic runestones, which we will need to buy, but that's Miani. We can probably do it right away, right? Let's go there. Then we will need the shards of Ra. Those are already in... Are we missing the Ori ore? Oh, there you go. We've got a birthday gift. We can open this one, but that one doesn't give us the full picture of what you can get this year. It is the same as last year. What are we here for? The Mystic Runestones? Yep. We're gonna need 100 of these. So straight up 100 gold gone. Sorry. That's fine. Then the shards of Ra. Now we're gonna need 100 of these so far, which is fine. We've got 100 of these in the bank, if I'm not mistaken. We've got more than that. We've actually got 216. So we're just gonna take these 100, and then we're gonna need a gift of metal as well, which we don't quite have crafted yet. However, we can. Because we should have enough materials for that. Okay, so I just want to, because of the new crafting and the player housing, I will... What are you doing? Stack up. I guess that's right. A hidden bag. So we're gonna craft 1 gift of metal. Let me just quickly, while I'm at it, also discounted from, or sort of take it off my shopping list that I have right here on the side. Dark steel ingot minus, and last but not least, platinum ingots minus.
Act with wisdom.
Still gonna need a lot of these, however only one gift of metal, which will snugly put us in a spot where we can throw this into the Mystic Forge in order to get the gift of Ra. I do believe this one is not crafted, is it? We're gonna see whether these neatly combine. It seems they do. So now that we forged them, we've got the second component for our legendary weapon. So for the third, we're gonna need a bunch of gift of Maguma masteries. One gift of Maguma mastery. It can be also gained by doing a gift of desert mastery. However, we're gonna go the Maguma mastery route, and for that we're gonna have to go into the jungle to buy gifts, to buy some gifts of the Itzel, of the New Hawk, of the Exalted, and gift of gliding, which all should be available at the same vendor, if I'm not mistaken, in Auric Basin. But also it seems that in Verdant Bring, also in except for the gift of gliding, which we'll buy at the Miani again. But yeah, we can go into the Verdant Bring or into the Tangled Depths. It doesn't, it makes no difference. I'm sorry. Or, okay, whatever. Is it the same trio in each map? That would be lovely. Let's see. We've got a character. We don't have a character who's in the jungle already. It's a betrayal. We've just done some exploration here. Oh, no, we actually teleported away because of yesterday's daily. But that doesn't matter. What matters is we're gonna take it into the jungle. And I guess we're gonna go to Verdant Bring, to Jaka. It's all genuinely the easiest spot to get these. There's the couple of vendors. So that's the New Hawk Mastery vendor, who will give us the gift of the New Hawk. That is the correct thing we're buying, right? By the way, I did forget to detract or subtract whatever. My cash, but that's fine.
Learn why our home turns against us.
And then the currencies. So that's leyline crystals we're spending, right?
Yes,
Yep. Minus 500. Good. We didn't buy it, right? Just yet? We don't have it in our inventory? Let's not make a mistake here. It is not in my inventory. Let's put it there. Then at the other side of the village, or whatever, this platform is the Itzel Mastery vendor. Thank you. What? That wasn't directed at me. Gift of the Itzel. Right. There it is. Let's put it in our shared inventory slot. And also take away the airship parts. We no longer need all 4,000. Just 3,500 for the full legendary weapons collection. God damn, this inventory is a mess. There should be one more vendor we need to visit here. Not quite sure where though, but they did say they are in this village in Jaka Itzel. So that's one icon, 2 icons. Where's the... There's the third one. Is it? Is it the third one? Doesn't... No, that's Itzel Master. That's also Itzel Mastery. New Hawk. Which one am I looking for? Gift of the Exalted, I guess? Exalted Mastery Vendor. Is actually at Noble Edges, fuck. Right here. Okay. And we don't have a waypoint there. That is not great. Okay, let's go into Terraria, I guess. Could have gone there in the first place, but the damage is done. Cool music. Haven't heard that in a while. And he's right here. At least he's on the surface. I don't have to go underground. That's a small grace. And that's also 500 less or fewer lumps of orleans that we need. Okay. So that's we've got that down pat. Of course, we need to put it in the shared inventory slot as well. Let's go back to our weapon master. Aaron's Jones 86. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing fine. How are you? How are you? I've been streaming. It's been running for over 2 hours now. Good to know that. You're well as well. Okay. So Miani is supposed to sell us the last ingredient, and that's the gift of gliding, which again, just we need to take away the same currencies, but by 300s now. And airship parts, last but not least. Also, but at least it doesn't cost any money. And together these 4 items will combine, I'm guessing in the Mystic Forge, into a singular gift, which will be the gift of insights. Now that doesn't take us all the way there, because we do need to combine it with, let me just check, gift of Maguma as well. A bloodstone shard, once again something we are buying at Miani, once again for currency that we're gonna write down. Spirit shards, 200. Fewer. Less. Whatever. And then last but not least, a bunch of crystalline ingots, which I'm not quite sure whether I wrote down. Crystalline ingots. Let me quickly go through it. Now, crystalline ingots, I don't have written down. We don't have to take those off our shopping list. Okay, and with these 4 items combined, we will get the gift of the jungle, or sorry, gift of Maguma mastery. So that's our 3rd item. And now for the 4th and final one. Let me just quickly respond to chat as well. This is a PC game. And both. I play both types. This is a multiplayer game, actually. What brings you to Guild Wars 2 stream, by the way? If you don't know that this is a PC game, this must be a new game for you. Okay. So now that we have these 3 items... Huh. We've all been there. I'm sure that's an exaggeration, right? Okay. Also, we're gonna need recipes though. We haven't bought any for Sharur, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check with Hobbs. So. Fuck me running if I know what the name of the will it say what weapon is it? Hypothesis, that's a mace. What does hammer look like? Might of a Ra. So we're gonna need some Wizier's Folly first of all. So what type of content I enjoy streaming the most? Actually, right now I'm doing this project of Legendary Journey. It's mostly like casual play, but I've got 2 project simultaneously. So that's both Doom challenge runs, where I'm trying to play it on, basically the hardest difficulty. I only stream very, very occasionally, roughly once a week, I'd say. Okay. What happened to the recipe? Did we buy it or did we not? Does it say in chat log? Am I stupid? I lost my train of thoughts. So did you notice whether I bought it or not? We can check here. What is it called? Vizier's Folly? Right. Vizier, no, so we haven't bought it yet. Okay. Good. Okay, I don't necessarily need to be a pro streamer, but thanks for the sentiment nonetheless. I do enjoy doing this as a hobby as well. It doesn't necessarily need to be a full-time job. In fact, I can hardly imagine this turning into a full-time job that would rival what I do at work. So we're gonna start crafting these items. So for Wizier's Folly, we will need some shards of Aura again. Some of these we've already gotten ahead of time, but then we're gonna need some more ingots, which is weird. I would have sworn I've had enough. Okay, I did have enough put away, but I consumed them. This is gonna be annoying to write down, isn't it? I'm just gonna take a bunch of screenshots, I guess. Go ahead, introduce yourself, Aaron. So we're gonna craft 1 oiled orichalcum hammerhead, 1 oiled ancient haft. Oh my god, this button is so close to scroll lock, the button that the print screen button, I mean. I have my stream shortcut bound to the scroll lock key. I'm suddenly so afraid of hitting it and turning the stream off. That's crazy. We're gonna need 1 haft, and then a bunch of these materials to combine into Vizier's Folly. Now, once we craft a Vizier's Folly, which is a fully functioning exotic weapon, first of all, we will unlock the skin, which looks like this. It basically has the outline of the hammer we're after. But not quite the full experience. Now, does it say what to do about it? Do we need to salvage it as we do with all the rest of the legendary weapons? We'll see whether this actually unlocked the recipe right away. It did. So what we can do next is buy the recipe for reclamation, the next hammer in line. And again, this is where the process breaks down a little bit, because you know, it with the regular collections, or the collections for, let's say, generation 1 precursors, this makes sense why you're doing it. You're like salvaging it for the spirits and stuff. Here you're not even salvaging the weapon, which makes it a little weird why we're partaking in this pointless activity. And a visual. Hold on. So you're from the U.S. And riddle me this, right? Erin, answer one question honestly, please. I don't know why I'm taking this so seriously. You're from the U.S. Are you an immigrant? Are you a U.S.-born citizen? If I may ask, your parents being of what heritage, perhaps? I'm just curious. You're a U.S.-born citizen. You're a liar. No American, no matter how degenerate, would write the sentence you just wrote. What the fuck is this? Myself, Aaron's Jones, small caps, right? And then from is for some reason capitalized. And then you're completely missing a verb. A visual creation. I make gamer creativity about 4 years. What is this? That's some bot speak. What the fuck? Are you letting AI write this for you? I recommend laying off that chat GPT for your fucking introduction. Okay? Then we can talk. What the hell, dude? What the hell? I know what you're here for. You're trying to sell me your fucking graphics. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. Let's not get distracted. Okay, so damn, did I print screen this? I guess I know what I've been crafting, right? Anyway, we're gonna craft reclamation, which is already, it's also an exotic weapon. Again, don't quite understand why you need to craft two, statistically or stat wise same exotic weapons in order to ultimately craft a legendary. But here you go. That's our second level. And then finally, we will want the Might of Ra, which is an ascended weapon already. So no exotics here. And that is ultimately the precursor. So already you can see that the crafting, the process is quite different from all the other collections we've done so far. Well, I say that, but we've already done the Focus. The Focus has a very similar crafting process. So there, the Might of Ara. Now, the Might of Ara does require a visionary inscription, which can be, again, crafted from materials we already have. That's fine. We're gonna do that. But then, and a vision crystal. So that's a good item to have. Then we're gonna do the Deldrimor Steel Hammerhead this time, which we're gonna need some more thermocatalytic reagents. Luckily, those are available at the merchant that's standing right next to us, and in fact is the cheapest way to get these. It will be most of the time. So that's one Deldrimor Steel Hammerhead. And then one large Spiritwood Haft. Now, the problem is, as you may notice, we're missing the Shards of Ara, which can be further crafted, by the way, out of Mystic Curios and some other stuff, including Tribute to Ra, which is a thing that you need to get from a vendor. And then the Mystic Curios can be crafted not only from the totems. I guess they show you that as a default crafting recipe, but as you can see, you can craft these from any number of materials. The output is the same, ascended level Mystic Curio that can be used interchangeably in the final recipe. However, we're not going to be crafting these, and the reason we're not going to be crafting these is because, again, ahead of the stream we prepared a little treat, which is this chest of legendary shards. Now, you can get these on several occasions. Notably, they can be farmed during Super Adventure Box. You can get them in limited number each week, but we're lucky enough to have enough for the full hammer. Now, this reduces the cost drastically in terms of like the materials, right? Let's just be careful on what we're picking here. We want the Shards of Ara every single time, and we do need to unpack all of these boxes in order to get the 100 we need. But I promise we're gonna do the crafting eventually when we're doing a different weapon. It will come to pass that we will do that.
You can never have too much treasure.
That we will do regular ass crafting, and I will actually teach you a trick on how to get these more efficiently. At least for the two-handed, the trick I will show you eventually during a different stream, but eventually is the most efficient way of getting these. Again, for two-handed weapons specifically. Now, those of you who are very good in math, you may have already figured out that by opening the last box, we will end up with one more leftover Shard of Ara. We're not going to use, we're not going to need. In fact, we're not going to need, unfortunately. But that doesn't matter. sorry. I got lost in thought. Okay, so we're gonna craft the Might of Ara. Now the shards, luckily the shards of Ara can be deposited as a material in your material slot, so they're not gonna, we can keep them around forever, I guess, as a memento. Still the most efficient way to get these by far. And by crafting the Might of Ara, we have gotten, as you can see from the description, is the weapon used to craft the legendary hammer Sharur. Let's look at the last preview. Let's see what it looks like. We can equip it and de-equip it, I guess. Already quite similar to the final product, but obviously doesn't have the footfalls and all the other cute little effects. So this one, unlike the exotics, we will actually use in the final stage of the crafting. Let's deposit the rest of the materials that we don't need. Actually open the birthday gift as well, see what pops out. Obviously you can get the dice, you can get the weapons when it's the first gift you've opened on your account this year. It's not mine. I've already opened a gift on a different character, but that's fine. All right. Guess this is for a different character. Let's put it here. And some more statuettes. Okay, sorry for the delay. Let's go to Miani again.
May the Six watch over you.
We don't need Miani, do we? All we needed was the Might of Ara as a precursor. So let's brag into chat. Show it to map that we're indeed crafting the legendary weapon. The weapon of all weapons. What an ugly year. And let's toss it in, shall we? So that's a pre, that's this, and last but not least, this. And we've got Sharur and some lore. Sharur was retrieved from among the spectral weapons guarding the source of war. Though its lingering corruption is aimless and benign, not even the artesian waters could fully cleanse it. And blah 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 blah, the generic text. Can we actually link it from our from here? We should be able to, right? Yeah.
We do the best we can. We must all fight.
Sorry, just engaging with a little banter in the chat there. So yeah, there we go. We got the legendary weapon. I don't know what time of day it is. It's day currently. Unfortunately, it's smack dab in the middle of noon, which is a bit of a shame because Sharur is strange in a way that might not be immediately obvious. I'm gonna equip it on. Okay, shall we equip it on our? Let's equip it on our rev. Our rev deserves it. They worked for well, another legendary, but just because we've crafted it on our weaponsmith doesn't mean the weaponsmith does a lot to get us closer to our legendary journey. So let's put it on our ref. Also, let's I don't know, put some stats on it as well, I guess. But don't really need it. What I also wanted to take off is the infusion with the crazy effects, with the goddamn stank. There's a couple of them. I've got the mottos. It's the ghostly infusion, isn't it? Remove ghostly infusion, just so that the effects don't stack up together and they don't make the visual mess that we've enjoyed when we had the sip of coffee. I think the SAB ones are not that bad. So Sharur, it looks pretty much like the precursor. I mean, it's got a little bit of a glow to it. That is not from the SAB infusion. But then you pull it out. You start shining all over. And you get your footfalls, which in this case is, I don't know, doesn't look very noticeable. But it gives these sort of grassy, petally footfalls, apparently. Also, your arms are enveloped in a sort of hazy, watery, misty effect. And then, of course, the hammer itself. Okay, this... Is there something that throws the hammer? Yeah, well, no, not necessarily. But, yeah. This is what it looks like. I'm not gonna lie. The daytime effect is a bit overwhelming. Okay. There's some more to it. There's like a little sprout here and there, whatever it is. Yeah. Some sprouting stuff. But the problem is, again, it's noon right now, so I'm not going to be able to show you. Should have tried to time it to dusk time. But yeah, this weapon also has a different night effect. So it is different at night. But because it is noon, we're not going to wait for, what is it, about an hour before night comes. So I guess we're going to have to leave it at that. I mean, we did discover Fields of Ruin. That was today's main event, basically. This was the cherry on top, crafting this legendary. So I guess I'm going to have to show you the effect next time. Okay? That's how we're gonna start the next stream, if I remember, which I might as well forget, but I mean, it's very possible I'll forget. Either way, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the stream. Hope you're not too mad that I've been quite uncivil with the bots there, but they really grind my nerves. Always striking up a conversation. I'm like excited that it's a real human being that came to converse, learn about the game or whatever. but no, I can recognize them from a mile away now, and they just really piss me off. But that's neither here nor there. We're done with the stream, and I hope it was at least a bit educational. And whether you're watching this from the VOD or you're watching live, if you're watching live and on Twitch, please find my links. I know I said I wouldn't want this to be my profession, wouldn't want this to be my job. The truth is, look, if I made more money than in my current job, I would switch right away. But that's a pipe dream, right? Still, I do have Patreon up. If you would like to just tip me, buy me a beer, right? You can do that through patreon.com/Weiler, as you can see in the link in Twitch chat, and I guess in YouTube on screen. Furthermore, for those of you in Twitch chat, there's also a link to my YouTube channel where I'm streaming simultaneously, but also you can find all of these streams as a VOD, hopefully forever, for as long as the site is up and they don't decide to remove it. But that's it. That's it from me. Another chapter of our legendary journey done. Next stream, once again, Doom, where we have a legendary journey of a kind as well. We're doing the challenge streams where we're trying to do the ultra-violent pistol starts, fast monsters. If you're not in the know about Doom, this will probably not tell you much, but it is quite difficult to get through that. And we're slowly chipping away at Doom 2 currently, the 1994 game. And then the stream after that is probably going to be next Legendary Journey. We'll see. We might do a story recap of the Bear expansion, as I would like to call it, but probably not. I'm guessing I'm quite early into the story myself, and I would like to play through it all before I commit to any story recaps like I did for the other expansions, notably Secrets of the Obscure. So that's it from me for now. Another step of the Legendary Journey successfully done with Sharur, the legendary hammer that we can now smack people with. Thanks for watching. Enough saying goodbyes and goodbye.